We've all been there, right? Staring down one of those huge, life-altering decisions where every single path feels, well, wrong. It's paralyzing. But what if there was a tool, a way to bring some real clarity to all that chaos? Well, today we're going to break down a really powerful framework for navigating life's absolute toughest choices. So let's make this real with a scenario. Meet Raghavan. He has just been offered the promotion of a lifetime. But, and it's a big but, it comes with a choice that could turn his entire world completely upside down.
I mean, the offer itself is incredible. He'd be moving to Boston to head up a brand new product line. This is a massive opportunity for him to learn, to grow, and to make a huge impact. It's the kind of career jump that most people only ever dream of. But the personal costs, they're huge. His wife, Mina, would have to leave her job as a physics lecturer. They'd lose their entire support system for childcare. And his elderly parents, who actually live with them, they just can't make the move. And on top of all the personal stakes, there's a serious professional risk. His company literally just laid off 10% of its workforce. This new product line he'd be leading, it's a gamble. If it fails, he could be next on the chopping block. Meanwhile, his current job is stable, sure, but it's pretty much a dead end for growth.
So, what do you do?
So, what do you do? I mean, really, when you're staring at a problem this complex, with your professional ambition, your family's well-being, and your financial security all pulling you in totally different directions, it is so easy to feel completely and utterly paralyzed.
Okay, so here's the thing. The solution isn't to just go with your gut. It's to find clarity through structure. Instead of getting lost in all that noise, we need a framework for our thinking. And a framework is really just a structured way to think. It's a system that basically forces you to look at a problem from all the important angles, making sure that no crucial piece of the puzzle gets left out of your analysis. And this gets right to the core of it. A framework helps you avoid those massive blind spots. You're no longer just focused on the exciting new promotion or, the scary downside. You're intentionally looking at the whole picture. And that right there is how you get to a truly effective decision. All right, so how does this actually become a practical tool? Well, we can break down almost any decision into 4 fundamental lenses that help us organize our thoughts. I want you to think of these as your complete decision-making toolkit. We're going to look inward at the self, then outward at others, then at the immediate business context, and finally, we'll zoom out to the broader economic environment. Together, they give you a full 360-degree view of any problem. First up, the self lens. This is all about looking in the mirror. What truly motivates you? What are your biases? For instance, we all suffer from something called loss aversion. That's our tendency to fear a loss way more than we value an equivalent gain. This lens is about understanding your own internal psychology. Then, the others lens. This one forces you to look outward. How is your decision going to impact the people around you? What are their motivations, their needs? It's all about stepping into their shoes and trying to see the situation from their perspective for a change. Next, you've got the business lens, which focuses on the organizational context. This means analyzing the company's health, its strengths, its weaknesses, the opportunities in front of it, and the threats it faces. It's a real reality check on the business itself. And finally, the economic environment lens zooms out completely. What are the larger forces at play here? Are there political, technological, or market trends that could totally change the game for your decision? This is about seeing that big picture that you're operating in. Okay, now what's really cool is how we can apply these 4 lenses directly to Raghavan's impossible decision. Let's just see how they bring some immediate clarity.
So, looking through the self lens, Raghavan is forced to get honest with himself. He has to directly confront his ambition, his desire for growth, but also weigh in against his very real fear of failure and that bias of loss aversion, the fear of losing his stable job. And this is the real power of the other's lens. It yanks the focus away from just him. All of a sudden, the huge sacrifices his wife, Mina, would have to make, and the impact on his parents, all of that becomes just as critical as his own career goals. The business lens really grounds the decision in reality. It forces him to look past that shiny new title and honestly assess the company's instability. And then the economic environment lens makes him ask those bigger questions, right? Like, is the tech industry contracting right now? Is this a bad time for any company to launch a risky new product? These questions add that crucial outside context. So by putting it all together, the decision isn't this chaotic mess of feelings anymore. It's a comprehensive analysis of competing factors. Now, the framework doesn't just spit out an easy answer, but it organizes the chaos so Raghavan can make a choice with his eyes wide open. And, this way of thinking isn't just for a career crossroads. This four-lens toolkit can be applied to almost any complex challenge you face, whether it's personal or purely professional. For example, think about Suresh. He's a business owner who's suddenly hit with new tariffs that put his entire operation on hold. He can use the business lens to analyze his company's capabilities and the economic lens to understand the market shifts. That's what's going to help him decide whether to pivot, pause, or push forward. And I think this is the most important takeaway. Remember this. A good framework doesn't give you the answer. Its real power is in helping you ask the right questions before you commit to a path. So when the stakes are high, the goal is to elevate your thinking. It's about moving beyond a simple gut reaction to a structured approach that truly honors the complexity of the decision you're trying to make. And that brings us to the end. But I want to leave you with a final thought to take with you. Think about a big decision you're facing right now, or maybe one you made in the past. What new insights might you get by looking at it through the four lenses of self, others, business, and the economic environment?